A huge update and a positive one. How you doing? Hello, my friend, Perez Hilton, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and I've been sharing with you all the fight for freedom for former talk show host Wendy Williams. As many of you know, she's been stuck in a guardianship, which is another word for conservatorship, since 2022, because her son was misappropriating her money. So then her bank, Wells Fargo, went to a judge, and the bank said, hey, she should be put under a guardianship for her own well-being. Thankfully, I don't do business with Wells Fargo. Wendy received a diagnosis of dementia, and the judge in her guardianship declared her permanently incapacitated, a claim that Wendy has denied. She's given numerous interviews over the last few months and says that she is not that. She's not incapacitated. She says that she wants free of the guardianship, and she was just in court in New York City. The Sun obtained exclusive photos and video of Wendy outside of court. She stopped to chat with a videographer who asked her if court went her way. Wendy responded, "It did." She then was asked if the emergency petitions went in her favor. She responded, "They did. Thank you." Now, I usually am somewhat skeptical about the Sun, but it seems like they were in cahoots with the family. Otherwise, how else would they have an exclusive reporter out there waiting to talk to Wendy? You know what I mean? The judge in her guardianship agreed to let Wendy move out of her assisted care facility for seniors, where she's been stuck in the memory care unit, describing it as ultra-restrictive and a luxury prison. This is all in response to the emergency petition that was filed last week to have Wendy moved from this facility to a different one. She's retained a lawyer, and it seems like her new attorney is also in cahoots with the Sun, because they know the attorney's name, Sadatu Salami. A source, the lawyer, says that Wendy will be in a private condo now. Quote, she will have much more freedom to come and go as she pleases. She'll be able to have visitors, and she'll be able to be free to leave when she wants. Wow. So what's the point of the guardianship then? If it's just to protect her money, all right, cool. I'm down with that. The Sun claims that their photos and videos of her at court in New York City is the first time she's ever been photographed or videoed at guardianship court. They claim she was also there for some other reasons as well. Wonderful reasons. The Sun says her team will also begin settlement talks for the guardianship. Ultimately, Wendy wants completely out of the arrangement, but there are some tests she'll have to face moving forward to see just how much freedom she will be given, and if that means she's entirely free from the guardianship, or if she will be granted less oversight in the future with some other legal arrangement. But all that will be determined in the coming weeks. Basically, the judge took issue with the cognitive test she took last week at Mount Sinai Hospital. The judge said that doesn't prove incapacitation. It proves that she is coherent, cognitive, and alert. So, Wendy will be doing another full cognitive workup to determine her cognitive ability and get a neurological exam for her frontotemporal dementia diagnosis. An insider tells The Sun that the judge was open to the possibility of ending the guardianship and that they are now working towards a settlement. Hopefully. It seems like The Sun is very plugged into Wendy's team because they're also reporting that during her recent trip down to South Florida to visit her father for his birthday, the Guardianship sent her with a credit card that didn't have any funds on it. How that occurred remains unclear. The insider alleges during her trip to see her father in Miami last month for her birthday, the credit card given to her by Sabrina was declined and someone else had to pay for her purchases. Mental note, check The Sun regularly for updates on Wendy. TMZ is not going to be happy they were outscooped, especially because they've been covering Wendy hard recently. And by hard, I mean a lot. Wendy was accompanied at court by her niece, Alex Finney, who has been by her side for the last few weeks. It seems like Alex may have left her job. She was working as a news personality at a local TV station in South Florida. And wonderful news! I've just found a second source that is now also reporting the Wendy news. She is definitely leaving that facility and moving to a condo, a private condo. This report, to cite my sources, is from Nancy Grace. Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, Crime Online. All right. We know there's been a lot of drama at that one facility that Wendy has been at. Last week, her niece, whom I mentioned, is really helping the Free Wendy movement, took Wendy out to dinner, and the coterie, the place where she has been staying at, filed a police report. They claimed that she took Wendy and broke the rules. Thankfully, Wendy spoke up about that, and you know what I say? Sometimes cliches exist for a reason. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. After that most unpleasant incident, though, it seems like Wendy and her niece got everything sorted at that assisted care facility. They were spotted out to eat again, and this time were able to return without incident. But they're not going to have to worry about that for much longer. I do hope that Wendy has somebody with her in the private condo, though. Whether that be her niece, not a nanny, but a caretaker. There we go, brain fart. Her son, somebody. Not just to help take care of her, because she's got multiple issues. I do believe that the diagnosis of dementia or some memory issues might be real, probably is real. She also has Graves' disease, which is the reason that she has difficulty walking, and you'll often see her in a motorized scooter. Wendy needs help, Wendy needs love, and Wendy needs her freedom. And thankfully, it seems like she's getting that. Yay! Wait, that's from Arsenio Hall. That's not from Wendy. Did Wendy have anything that she had her audience do? I'm blanking now. If you remember, let me know in the comments section. And what do you think of this latest development? I am shooketh. Remember when we used to say shooketh? I am still shooketh. Let's discuss all things Wendy in the comments. I love you. I thank you for your support. You're amazing. Mwah.